Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I hope you've had a good week and will have a good Shabbos. This Erev Shabbos video is Bar Torah. Everyone listening to it, all of that learning should be a zechus, should be a merit for the soldiers who are fighting for the hostages that remain in Gaza. Today is day 343, and a merit for the entire Jewish people. There is a phrase today, quote, "Don't look away." If you're not familiar with it, what it means is that sometimes there's a situation where a person or a group is suffering maybe something far away in the world, maybe something very close to us, and sometimes we don't really want to have to deal with it. Maybe it puts us in an awkward or uncomfortable position, so we'd rather just ignore it. We'd rather not think about it. We'd rather pretend that it doesn't exist. And the phrase "don't look away" means don't do that. Really think about that person, that group, that situation. Don't allow yourself to pretend that it doesn't exist. And even though this is a relatively new phrase, at least I think in its popularity, the truth is it comes directly, exactly from the Torah, from our Parsha, in the context of the mitzvah of Hashavas Aveda, returning lost objects. Now, our sages understood that Hashavas Aveda is not a particular mitzvah, but reflects a broader principle of caring for others. Again, there's a mitzvah. The specific mitzvah is to return lost objects. The Gemara says if there's a mitzvah to return or restore property, all the more so there's a mitzvah to return or restore a person's body, to help them physically if they are ill. There's a kal v'chomer, if you must return someone's lost object, then that's a source that all the more so you can't actively damage a person's property or hurt them. And others see Hashavas Aveda as a model of beyond physical property, but if someone has lost their dignity in some way, if someone has lost their spiritual connection, if someone has lost their joy and sense of self-worth, there's a mitzvah of Hashavas Aveda to return it to them, to restore them, to be whole. And in the Torah, in the Psukim of Hashavas Aveda, there's a clear stress of don't look away. The Torah says, "Lo sirah ashor achicha oaseyoni dachim." Do not notice the ox or the sheep of your friend lost and meandering around. Visalamta mehem, and hide yourself from them. Rashi, Visalamta mehem kovesh ayin ki'ilu eno roeu, to kind of like look down, pretend you didn't see it, pretend so that others can't claim that you saw it. And also psychologically, sometimes we can trick ourselves and say, yeah, I didn't really see it. The Psukim continue, Hashev teshivim lachicha, no, get it and return it to your brother. If you have to hold on to it for a long time, you'll hold on to it. V'chein taseh l'chol avidas achicha asher tovad mimenu, and this is what you have to do for any lost object, umatzasta, when you find it, lo tuchal lehit alim. You cannot look away. You cannot pretend that you didn't see it. Chesed begins with the eye, with seeing someone in need, with seeing the need, and then taking action. Our psukim are stressing, if you actually see someone, you see the lost object, or you see any need, don't look away, don't pretend that you didn't see it. But of course, the positive of this is that the true Baal Chesed not only doesn't look away, not only isn't kovesh ayin and pretends he or she didn't see it when they did, but the Baal Chesed, what makes someone truly a master and genius of kindness, is to proactively look and to notice and to see what others do not. The greatest example of chesed in the Torah, of course, is Avraham. And if we flip back to Parshas Vayera, there also we see there's a stress on seeing, on noticing. Vayisa einav vayar. Avram lifted his eyes and he saw. V'hinei shlosha anashim nitzavim alav. There are three men, turned out to be angels, who are standing nearby, not a little bit from his tent. Vayar, and he saw. Vayar slikrasam, and he ran to greet them. Rashi, based on the Gemara, asks, why does it say he saw them twice? Mahu vayar shnei pa'amim. Rashi writes, Harishon kimashmel. The first is literal. He saw these three individuals. V'hasheni lashon havana. The second vision was an expression of insight. He understood. Nistakel shayonitzavim b'makom echad. He saw that they were standing at a distance. V'having shelo hayarotzim latricho. And he saw, again, assuming they were humans, that they were people in need, but they were embarrassed to come forward and to ask for help. Sometimes we have to, in a sensitive way, proactively notice who is in need of help or the exact help that would be helpful for someone. Someone else other than Avram just wouldn't have noticed, and he wouldn't have gone up to them. He would have said, they're staying at a distance, I guess they're okay. But Avram looked carefully because he wanted to help people. He was always looking to see how he could make the world a better place, how he could make other people happier. And from that perspective, he realized he could see that there was something for him to do. Again, chesed starts with our eyes. It's not just what we do or where we go, but what we see, what we notice. Our parsha is stressing when you do see something, you cannot look away. And we also strive to follow in the footsteps of Abraham, to not just not look away, but to proactively notice, to want to do chesed, to want to make people happy, to want to make the world a better place, and to be looking for ways to do that. That is the legacy of Abraham, and we are his children, and may we all follow in his footsteps. Good Shabbos, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom.